made a video on this particular phone last year and I talked about how good of a device it really was and how it was probably the best way to get that flagship experience without spending the flagship money. But judging by the title of this video, you've probably guessed that isn't the case anymore, and this is the main reason why. Now, don't get me wrong, the phone itself is still a very solid pick if you're someone on a very tight budget but you don't want something that slows you down. But is it really worth spending that much money on a device with a really known fatal flaw? I really don't think so. So in this video, I'll talk about the assumption that a lot of people have when it comes to what causes the green line to appear. I will then proceed to actually explain what causes it, the devices that you are most affected, and how to prevent it from happening if you already own a high-risk device. The most popular assumption that a lot of people had is that I had to have dropped or mishandled the device in some way. No, I didn't drop or misuse it. I only ever used it as a big camera for my channel and occasionally reading manhwas. I also did play Call of Duty Mobile once or twice on it, but that job was quickly taken over by my iPad. So what actually causes the line to appear? In a phone, the S20 Ultra in my case, a very thin cable connects the screen to the male circuit board. Over time, the adhesive or delicate copper traces degrade or comes loose. The main trigger for the degradation, and actually the very reason the line often appears after an update, is heat. Updates are often intensive and causes the processor to run hot for about 10 to 20 minutes. When that update finishes and the processor finally cools down, the sudden drop in temperature causes a rapid contraction of the internal components. So for a flex cable that has already been baked by years of daily use, this cooling phase unfortunately becomes its snapping point. Of course, this isn't to simply imply that the green line is just an update bug. It's one of the main culprits, sure, but in reality, the real mastermind is the mix of years of structural fatigue. Think of your phone as a high-performance athlete. Every time you fast charge, every heavy gaming session, and every day it bakes in your pocket, those internal ribbons are undergoing a brutal cycle of thermal expansion. And since I got this use, and you probably would have too, we never really know what the phone's been through at the hands of the previous owner. Now, the devices that you are most affected, at least in the Samsung lineup, includes the entire 20 series, the 21 series, the 22 series, and finally the Note 20 series. So if you still own a device in any of this lineup and still haven't gotten the line, here's a checklist to keep in mind to at least try to prevent it from ever happening, so you don't get your phone looking like a neon zebra. I call the first one the update chill protocol, which is just me saying that you shouldn't hit that install button while your phone is sitting on a bed sheet or plugged into a fast charger. Updates turn your CPU into a furnace, so before you update, take the case off, put the phone on a cold surface like a marble countertop or near a fan and give it space. If it stays cool, the flex cable won't expand and you won't get that cooling snap line. The second one is me telling you to dump the ultra fast chargers. I know, 45 watts charging is convenient, but fast is just another word for heat. If you are charging overnight, turn off fast charging in the settings and let the battery fill up slowly. Third checklist is to avoid the thermal spike. Taking your phone from a 16-degree air-conditioned room out into the 35-degree sun and then immediately hopping in a heavy WhatsApp call, that's asking for trouble. Rapid temperature swings cause the materials to expand and contract at a different rate, so if you can feel the heat through the back glass, it's time to put the phone down and let it idle. Last on the list is to always monitor the heat. If your phone starts running hot for no reason, don't ignore it. Check your background apps. A rogue app draining your battery is almost definitely cooking your screen. And if the damage is already done, please, whatever you do, do not take a lighter to the bottom of your screen. You've probably seen those viral quick fix videos where someone uses a lighter or a heat gun to reset the pixels. It looks like magic on the camera, but in reality, you are risking a permanent burn mark and potentially causing your battery to swell or vent toxic fumes. If a repair is out of the equation because of how expensive OLED screen can get, remember you still have the option of replacing it with a much cheaper LCD at the cost of image contrast and clarity. And look, if you are staring at the green line on your phone right now while watching this, I feel your pain, but I want to hear from you. Is yours a Samsung, a OnePlus, or maybe an iPhone? Did it happen right after an update, or did it just appear out of nowhere? If this helped you to understand what's actually going on behind that glass, hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into tech we love and the ones that occasionally breaks our hearts. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.